Hey everybody, Mattsquatch here. I'm at the location of Claudia Ackley's encounter, the same road that I got zapped at last year. Been up here a few times, and a couple times nothing really happened, didn't feel uneasy or on edge. Other times felt on edge. The other time I was definitely followed and zapped by something. Claudia Ackley, this big tree behind us, is where she had her encounter. What I want to do is present to you guys Operation Arrowfoot. I'm going to come up here the next few times over the next month or so. Hopefully we get some rain and I can look for prints. So there's a lot of stuff falling from the trees. No, I don't think it's thrown. There's just a lot of activity. There's a few people coming through here with dogs, which is pretty normal. I'm not going to disclose the location of this place. It just fell. Like I've said before in previous videos, if you guys know where this is, please don't say it in the comments. Also, I am going to set up a trail camera. I'm not going to release this video until after I've picked it up, so no one can come out and screw with it or anything like that. Although it's a fairly busy road, it's why I brought a fairly cheap camera, because there is a possibility of it getting stolen. So yeah, we're going to set up a trail camera. Then we're going to do a hike down the rest of this road, and I'm going to come back in a few days, pick up the trail camera. I'm going to come up here a few more times. We're in the Lake Arrowhead area. I'm going to find a few other trails, look for a few other spots, do some general driving around and cruising around. Now that it's cool enough, it's fall. This is the first week of real cool weather we're going to get here in Southern California. So I think things are on the move. The leaves are turning. Stuff starting to move down from higher elevations. I think the dead of summer and the dead of winter, stuff's kind of where it's going to be. But I think in fall and spring, where I've had the most action as far as Sasquatch related here and in other areas. So I think this is a good time of year to start. So yeah, that's basically Operation Arrowfoot. There's going to be more videos to come. Consider this part one of 3 or 4. This will be an ongoing investigation. And it's been years in the making now. That almost sounded like rocks. You know, I'll never forget to actually look up in trees, especially since Claudia Ackley's encounter was up in this very tree right here. It is kind of a creepy spot. You know, the first part of the trail, you don't really feel anything, but when you get to about here, which is probably 1/8 of a mile, 1/4 of a mile in, then it starts to pick up and get a little strange. So anyway, I'm going to set up a trail camera, folks. I'm going to try to put it somewhere less obvious, but we'll see. Like I said, hopefully it doesn't get stolen. I'll try to come back up here in the next few days and stay armed, be sharp, be safe, and stay safe in the woods, folks. Yeah, a couple of people just walked by. Look like a nice older couple out for a hike. Put the trail camera back in the trees, a bit off the woods. I was afraid it was going to be obvious, but they are dark brown and camouflage, so you really can't even see it, which is kind of nice. It's a trade-off. I'd love to put one pointing right at the trail. I'd love to put something very obvious, but I'm also worried about it getting stolen up here. Honestly, I've been up here. This is probably my 8th or 9th time being on this road, and one time I've only seen one other person, and the entrance has been clear, and it must have just been a local walking through on foot. Now, today there are like 3 cars at the entrance, people with dogs, people out walking. So I was kind of hoping with school's back in session and summer being over, there'd be less people, but I think the weather's just getting so nice that people want to get out some more. And yeah, so maybe there's less kids and less vandals out, which is probably good for my camera. And I think 99% of people stick to the trail. So, yeah, which I think is good. The people I've seen are all older adults my age and older, people with their dogs, locals, I think. So I think my trail camera is probably safe. If not, it was like a $100 trail camera that I think I bought with store credit to Cabela's or something like that. So it ain't the end of the world if it gets stolen. Part of the hazard. I just hope no one messes with it. I'd love to put one right on the trail. Maybe what I'll do one of these days is I'd love to come up here on like a Friday or Saturday in the evening go down this road a bit in the darkness, not by myself, but with a couple other people. All sorts of stuff falling from the trees. Acorn season. And then leave it overnight, like right on the trail, and maybe two facing each other, and get a hotel up here, and then the next or camp, then the next night or the next morning come and get it. So that way I could leave it right on a trail in an obvious spot, because I really don't want to get my stuff stolen. A lot of people are out of work, and these are desperate times, and people screw around. And anyway, so I'm going to continue to hike down this road. I know in the past I've had whole videos of me hiking for like 20 minutes. I'm going to not do that this time. So I think I'm just going to cut away, and we'll pick this up in a few minutes. I apologize for being out of breath once again, folks. There's the road down there that I walked in on. There's this gully headed up, this game trail, and there's a massive log dump up here. I mean, talk about a blind place to hide out and watch the road. This giant pile of logs, squirrels, all sorts of stuff living in there. This thing is incredible. Look at this thing. Whoa. Spider web. I go under it. Well-worn trail. People and otherwise. It's like it's back to another trail up here. Oh man. Talk about a commanding view. Oh, check out this clearing. Wow. Lots of trails through here. Big well-worn open trails. I had no idea this was up here. You learn something new every time. Man. Lots of noises. Acorns are dropping, so the squirrels and birds are stocking up for winter. I've just never seen so much cut and debris piled up like this before. Squeal of car tires, I think. Another trail over here. Remember, the road's down that way. All right, we'll pick this up again in a few minutes. I think this trail is just going to dump me back out on the road I was just on. We're a little farther down the upper trail from the road we walked in on. All these broken, pushed down trees. This wasn't recent, but man, talk about a well-worn path with a "you shall not pass" tree pushed across it. Yeah, it looks like the Forest Service came in and trimmed it down. Here's some thumps in the distance. Freshly cut. Interesting area. Just so happy that it's not hot out. It's not 95, it's 75. You have no idea how big that is for us right now in Southern California. saw something moving on the road down there. See if we can zoom in. Couldn't tell, maybe it was just branches or a person. I think we're actually right above where I put the trail camera. It's a trail, damn, I'd almost call this a road. Acorns and squirrels making lots of noise. Otherwise pretty dang quiet. The people walking through are just walking through, mostly quiet. Okay, that's where this goes. I remember seeing that, wondering where it went. Let's go check out over here, huh? Dogs are going off. I wonder what they're barking at. All right, we'll pick up again in a few minutes.